Absolute Geezers, welcome to another episode of Football Is, and that is what I want, Tales of a Groundhopper. If you're new or old, do me a favour, have a look on the app if you're listening to this on Spotify and leave us a review on there. You can rate the podcast up to 5 stars, so if you are enjoying it, leave that review, share this with a friend, and let's get this show out there. Now enough of that shameful plug, on with the show. Absolute Geezers, welcome to another episode of Tales of a Groundhopper. Football is, and that is what I want, at your service again. Now, tonight, I'm absolutely delighted with the person I've got on. This guy is, without a doubt, the happiest person I know. Without a doubt, I'm telling you, when he sends me voice notes on WhatsApp, if I'm having a bad day, they just, honestly, brighten it up. Albert, how you doing, my man?
Oh, good. No, I appreciate it. Much love, man, for having me on, man. Apologies for I couldn't come on the day before, but
it's fine.
Works is crazy, man.
It's absolutely fine. You messaged me saying about obviously being busy with work. And I thought the last thing I want is you powering down the road, just hurling stuff out at houses. I've got to go.
No, I don't want to be doing that, mate. No, definitely not.
No, thank you very much for coming on, mate. And just for the guests, just for the listeners, sorry, who don't know exactly who you are, give us a little breakdown about yourself, my man.
Yeah, so people, I've got my own channel, AlbertJtv. Had it since June 2020. It's going well. YouTube's it's a hard slog, man. It's I think people really underestimate that it takes time to, if you want to sort of have a kind of a career in it. Yeah. And I've been lucky enough to appear on other people's channels, Lead Judges TV. We got to Pots in Lead Judges, Hybrid Squad, Sophie and Kevin Campbell. Met him at an Arsenal game once. So incredible to see someone who you watch play and embrace you like he's your best mate. I'll never forget that. It's incredible.
That's ace, mate. That is. I love that. Although something I do have to pick, I'm a bit annoyed at with you actually. When I was putting the Instagram post out, and like whenever I put my hashtag out, I have to write the full thing myself. I got to Albert, I put J, and then yours comes up with a little TV. I was like, well, this is just ridiculous. He's got himself
brilliant.
Yeah, he got yourself a hashtag already.
Yeah, that's fantastic, man.
No,
made up already, mate.
Yeah, you've made it, mate. You can stop now. You can stop.
No, not yet.
Save some for the rest of us. So listen, it's real. As I say, I'm really happy to have you on. This is going to be a great football chat because, as I say, as a guy, I've been on your channel so many times, and the football knowledge you've got is ace. I love it. So we'll crack on with these questions, and let's have a good night to talk about football here. Now, the first thing I want to ask you is, which ground has always been the biggest letdown for you?
Because you know what? Because when I started going to, everyone's journey for football is different. So I didn't start going to games till pretty late, and I became a little bit more self-sufficient. Because no one in my family liked football, to be honest. Honestly, there wasn't really anybody, or one of my best mates I was growing up was a Tottenham fan, so that is even more painful. Yeah. But ground-wise, I'll tell you what, one I wanted to go. And I always see it on the television, mate. I think the atmosphere, even from a television screen point of view, is amazing. I would say either Leicester City's ground, incredible, and here in London, definitely Selhurst Park, man. I don't know what the Palace fans are on, but it's incredible, the atmosphere. It looks from what I see. So if I can, because I haven't been to an Arsenal away game before, I tried to put the murmurs out for, mate, trying to get a ticket for Tottenham away at their new stadium was, there's more chance we win the lottery. and that's saying something, particularly some of the prices I've been hearing. I'm like, no.
The roof, mate. The roof.
I'd love to go to North London Derby, but I'm not paying that, man. But yeah, I would say probably Leicester City or Palace's ground, definitely to go to, mate. I'd love to go to that.
Yeah, they are. I've been to Leicester City's ground. Actually, I've been there to watch my local team, Shrewsbury Town. We actually knocked them out of the cup the season before they won the Premier League, the Carling Cup. Nice little 1-0 victory. But yeah, it was a cracking stadium. Even on the way up there, like the bits and pieces around there, it was nice stadium. Really nice stadium. Like it. I do like it.
Yeah, I don't know if you ever if you can ever done like I don't know how often you come to London, but try and get to Palace away, man. Seriously, rocking.
I've done Fulham. I like Fulham. Love Fulham. Fulham's a lovely ground, actually. Have you been?
No, I haven't. No, I haven't been. No. I'd love, but there's a lot of grounds. There's a lot of grounds I still need to go to, man.
Mate, wait, get into non-league. There's thousands.
Loads.
Thousands. Okay, with regards to teams you've watched play live now, which team have you developed a sort of soft spot for after watching play?
This is it's a good. Some of your questions are really good, Dan. I was like, bloody yo, I have to think about these ones. It's funny, like I've never said. Like, I'm glad you asked because I don't think I've ever really answered a question like that. But I know what I would say to it. I don't know why, but my first memory of football and this game. Sorry, this is going to be a painful one for you, Dan, because it involves your club, but. For anyone that's like older viewers, they'll know. Younger generation won't know. There was a famous QPR footballer that scored a hat-trick at Old Trafford on New Year's Day. Dennis Bailey. That game and the QPR, for some reason, that has always stuck in my head. I don't know what it is. Like that's 1992. That was.
You're your age now, Albert. You're your age now, mate. Come on. Apparently,
like I think it's New Year's Day game, but I think only apparently like 37,000 fans turned up because it's probably hungover. But you would never see a result like that now. Dan, that's the beauty about football. Like QPR winning 4-1 at Old Trafford.
I don't know, mate. The way they're playing at the moment, I wouldn't put it anyone. I wouldn't put it past anyone, mate. I wouldn't put it past.
But yeah, that's kind of my first. It's weird. It is. I don't know why that game was stuck in my head because. I was very, very young, Dan. I was only like, what is he, 11? So, but that game was always stuck in my head. I don't know why, but it always has.
Yeah. I think this is the thing, isn't it? In fact, actually, the episode will be out now, and it's a really good one. I was talking to guys that I go and watch football in Scotland with.
Yeah.
And a team called Queen in the South, mate. Brilliant. Great bunch of guys. And I asked them this question, and it's so funny because I asked him the question, and he said, no one. And anyone that tells me that you look out for it, what did he say? He said something along the lines of, he said, these people who say that, oh, I hope so-and-so does well in Europe because they're Scottish are talking absolute piss. You're either with me or against me. And I love that.
Yeah. No, I hear that. I understand that.
It's completely, no, with regards to players that you've seen then, I'm asking you to pick a five-a-side team to decide the fate of the universe. And I want to know who you're picking in your five-a-side team.
You know, it's a good question because it would have been easy to pick anyone, but because you said live, now I've gone a bit different, Dan. I've kind of combined players that I've seen play internationally.
Okay.
And to watch England at Wembley. So
yeah.
So I've combined. Mine's an interesting one. You're gonna like it, Dan. You're gonna like it. Normally with a five-a-side team, you normally go goalkeeper, two defenders, midfielder, striker. But I've actually gone.
Not with mine, mate. We used to play five at the back. They were shit. We didn't have any strikers.
Yeah, there were so many I could have picked, but I thought because you said live, I thought you know what, that's actually makes it a bit better because I've got to think about it. But goalkeeper, I went David Seaman.
Of course.
I thought personally, I said this so many times for a 4-year period. I'd say 4 or 5 year period from like 94 to 98. He was world class. I thought he was brilliant. Safe hands for a reason, and he was that good.
Yeah, he's incredible.
Centre back, actually, Dan. It's only and it literally popped into my head probably about a couple of hours ago. Is we played Napoli in the Europa League quarterfinal, and you know Arsenal fans were just so in. Trying to get players in. Got to get Koulibaly and Carly Koulibaly. Yeah, but actually seeing him play live, Dan, he's exceptional.
He's a beast.
None of the Arsenal strikers got a tune out of him. He is that good. Having seen him in the flesh.
Absolute beast. He's so good on the ball as well, isn't he?
Yeah, I think he's about probably 30 now. He must be 30 now.
31, I think, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, you know when you see someone, you think, I've not seen much of someone, but I've heard about how good they are. But when you actually see them in the flesh, I said, nah, this guy's a seriously good centre-back, man. Flipping hell. But the other 3 players, this to me, one of them was a no-brainer. David Silva. Oh my god!
Not a magician.
I remember I watched him. We beat Man City 2-1 at the Emirates. So Walcott was still there, but saw David Silva play that day. I thought, wow, like I've seen how good he is on TV, but he to me, he's definitely right up there, one of the best ever Premier League players.
I'll tell you a funny story about David Silva. I've been to his house, mate, where he was born.
Have you?
Yeah, I lived in Gran Canaria, where he's actually from, and
wow.
we went on a little tour, and they took us to where his house was, and I was like, oh, David Silva's house. There you go, spot on.
Yeah, there was other players as well that I thought Fabregas, but I thought no, David Silva's just different level. And the other two players, the other one, N'Golo Kante.
Yeah, little machine.
Yeah. And I remember we played. Actually, I'm not going to give it away because one of the questions. Another one, I won't give it away. But yeah, Kante from sort of being at Leicester, getting him to Chelsea. I've seen him play for France. Just mind you, I don't want to give it away. I don't want to give it away. Yeah. So, but we played Leicester on Valentine's Day actually. The year they won the league, and that day he was. Wow, I was like, whoa. Yeah. I know he was good, but he's bloody well good, man.
Fergie actually said to United about signing him when this was before he went to Leicester. They said he's a player you need to go get, and well, as always, as United do, mate, they never listen.
Listen, we're in the same boat. If you saw that thing with Ian Wright and Arsene Wenger, they're doing a Q&A, and he spoke about Kante.
Yeah.
Another player we could be even before he came to England.
Did you see that? Although he's just with Ian Wright, we're going off slightly topic here. I always remember that video with him and Alex Ferguson. Sorry, Sir Alex Ferguson. Did you see the live one? And he tears right to him. They're sort of having the interview, and in the background, Ian Wright says to him, "You should have signed me. You should have signed me." And Ferguson says, "You were too fucking expensive." I love that. Absolutely love that.
Oh, right. I love Wright. He's great, man. Wright is great. And my last player, actually. It might actually no, I don't think it surprised some people because of my age, 21 plus VAT. But Alan Shearer, man.
Yeah.
I actually went. You know what? I was at Wembley for Alan Shearer's first goal for England. That's a long time ago.
You really are showing your age, Albert.
Yeah, I am.
Mate, I thought you were around about my age, mate. You've completely shocked me tonight. I thought you were around my age, my guy. Honestly, I didn't.
Yeah, I know the looks are deceiving, man. But yeah,
mate, I look older than you. That's it. I'm shaving the beard. Yeah. It's going.
Shave it. So yeah, definitely do it to that. But yeah, Shearer, man, was a boss striker, man. Yeah. Honestly, man. If you want someone to take a penalty in an important game, it's him. He's the man.
Unbelievable. He could do it all as well, couldn't he? With goals wise, could score any type of goal. He was
some of his goals. He's the only striker I would say, and probably Floyd Hasselbank, who probably you never ever see them do a side foot finish.
No.
Always through the laces.
He actually said, I watched an interview with him and Gary Neville, and he said, I never put my laces through the ball warming up before a game. When I was putting the ball in the back of the net, it was just side foot it. And they said, and Gary Neville said, well, why is that? He said, because if I put my laces through and score an absolute screamer when I'm warming up, I know it's gone for the game in my head.
Yeah,
that's the one. It's gone. So I never. And I thought, bloody hell, that's incredible, because it was. You look at people when they warm up. Some of these strikers will just drill the ball, one after another into the top corner. And it was just interesting to hear a goal scorer like Shearer, who scores all sorts of goals, have this sort of superstition that no, I just used to side foot them when I was warming up. Yeah. It's like it's mad, isn't it? How these world class strikers have these. Was
there any surprises there, Dad, in my five? Or?
No, mate, I like it. I do. Koulibaly, mate, especially, and actually David Seaman. David Seaman got so much stick, and I think you look back at his career, it was incredible, absolutely incredible. That one of the biggest ones for me was we hadn't won a penalty shootout before Pickford did the one in Colombia. David Seaman, and we've had some keepers in between. We've had some players in between, but and the save against was it Pescasolido, the FA Cup semi-final?
Yes.
Unreal. I mean, probably one of my favourite footballing moments. And I'm a United fan. Just to see him reach back and the strength to. Yeah. And I remember him saying, He said, "Yeah, it was a great save, but I was just so thankful that the Sheffield United player who come up absolutely
as well it wide, yeah,
yeah, because if it goes in, it just gets forgotten, doesn't it? It just
bad dish, yeah. I think it's Michael Tong actually, might have been him, not sure.
It's with regards to grounds that you want to check off. Is there an ultimate ground in your head that you think, yeah, I really really want to check that ground off? That's one I really want to go to.
Ooh, you know what? I don't know why. Always had a sneaky for going to Villa Park. You know.
Oh mate, you got to come up to Villa Park. It's not far from me.
Yeah. It's not. It's I've been I've been past there. Like ex-girlfriends, parents who were for like proper like Brummy born and bred. But yeah, Villa Park's always kind of it's always well, I would have to go there. Yeah, definitely Villa Park.
Love Villa Park, mate. I remember watching Newcastle against Aston Villa, and the Geordie fans, mate, are crazy, aren't they? I mean, they're crazy. But yeah. I was sat in the Villa end, and we were waiting for the game to kick off, and so both teams are lining up each side. Stephen Taylor, the centre back for Newcastle, do you remember him?
Always I remember him. Yeah.
Oh, always famed for that pretending.
Yeah,
But the referee's almost about to kick off. Stephen Taylor runs from where he is in his position at centre back, past the referee, past the Villa players who are looking, going, "What the fuck is he doing?" Straight over to the Geordie fans and just goes, God, like this, and the Geordie fans erupted, man. And I tell you something, they didn't stop Geordie fans don't anyway, but they didn't stop the entire game. And I was like, what a thing to witness. It probably happens game in, game out. Geordie fans, if you're listening, let me know if it is. But to see a player just do that and get the fans like, just so into it. Yeah, I love watching it, isn't it?
Brilliant.
So I'm gonna. Do you know what? I wonder if you're going to use what I think you're going to use, but I'll ask the question anyway. What's the worst decision that you've witnessed live at a game?
I've not seen. I won't say live at a game, but what I've seen. It's actually to do with probably the hot topic of referees at the moment. But anyone who remembers the phantom goal for Watford against Reading? Stuart Atwell was the ref, but it wasn't to be. Well, I say to be fair to him, I shouldn't really be fair to him at all, to be honest. But it was actually his assistant. But I couldn't believe when I saw that like that. I think it was 2008. Like, you can understand the decision being given if it was quite close in terms of the ball going over the line. But you're watching the footage and you're thinking, what? How's that been given as a goal? I'm not surprised Watford were absolutely furious. Like, I couldn't believe what I was seeing there. That's got to be the worst. That has to be.
I don't understand how mistakes happen with referees, and I said this in the last podcast I did with Doug. My thing with referees now, I honestly think, and I sound like I'm calling them out, and I'm honestly not trying to sound like this, but I kind of feel like with these decisions that we see happening every week at the moment, VAR being what it is, I kind of feel like the referees need to come out after the game and explain the decisions. I honestly do, because if the referees want us, mere mortals to understand why they've given this decision, then come out and explain it. Yeah. Come out and say, the reason I've given it is because of X, Y, Z. Don't just leave us to our own devices and leave us to stew about it and get worse and worse. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the thing, because I said it after because I went to the Arsenal game against I thought he forgot he's even playing now. Who's he playing? Yes, and I couldn't believe what I was seeing when I was watching that game. To be fair, even in the first half, there were moments he just lost control of that game completely.
Yeah, I thought he lost control of the game. I really did.
He did. The thing is, all you get now, Dan, is come Monday morning, Rob Watton with Dermot Gallagher reviewing all the decisions. But I'm not being funny. Look at the guy who you've got ahead of the PGMOL. I've said this for about 2 years. I said, he put in, not even arguably, the worst refereeing performance ever in that game at Old Trafford. It was awful. Forget the result. Just the actual officiating refereeing of that game was horrendous. And he's been there since 2009. So if I don't know who, he must have superiors.
Yeah.
Like, Mike, you've got Mike. Thank you, but no thanks. You've done your time. You've been there overall for 12 years.
Yeah.
Like, what's he still doing there?
Yeah, I get it. I mean, you don't really hear of them getting demoted anymore either. I don't know whether it's because I kind of feel like referees are the new goalkeepers, whereas goalkeepers have been protected for so long. You know, you can't jump up near a goalkeeper without the whistle being blown. Kind of feel like some referees, I do feel like they're protected a little bit. And I do think they should be held accountable because if a midfielder makes a mistake, they lose the ball, goals scored, they're under the microscope.
Yeah.
The referee makes a mistake, it's forgotten about. It's spoke about with Graham Souness and that lot on Sky Sports. The fans will talk about it, and then it's just forgotten about. On to the next one. I just want a bit of accountability. I just want to hear why they've made the decision.
I think, I'll be honest, like, I don't know if you recall, like any of the big sort of top 6 games, I don't ever really remember Stuart Atwell getting any of those games at all. But after that performance against City, he should never referee any of the top 6 games again.
Yeah. No, I agree. It's, as I say, if you got previous as well, it's just, it's a ticking time bomb, isn't it? Bring back Uriah Rennie.
Oh, God.
Bring back Uriah Rennie. At least you knew what you were getting.
Yeah, send off Alan Shearer in it, make a statement. Yeah.
Love it. Okay, with regards to food then, what food are you having from a ground? What's your best food from a ground you're having?
I think, you know what, because I think you asked in terms of the best food. You know what, actually, I went to watch Maidstone United. This was years ago, Dan. This is when they was in the is it the Isthman Premier, is it?
Yeah.
We're talking about 2013, 14, maybe. Good food, man. Cheeseburgers, whatever. God, a bit of, you know, to eat. That's you know what? That's the kind of prices I like paying, mate. Not getting robbed at the Emirates. Anyone who's got any sense, you do not buy food at Arsenal. But yeah, the food at Maidstone was brilliant, man. Oh, it's brilliant.
Nice cheeseburger. But let me ask you this: burger or pie?
No, burgers, man.
Burger, wow.
Yeah, 100%. Onions, ketchup.
Just about to say I'm a pie man, but I think we already know that.
I love pies, though. I do love pie, yeah. Steak pie, mate. Oh,
God, it's got to be. Well, honestly, mate, a pie, it just perfect for football.
Yeah.
It goes hand in hand, mate. It goes hand in hand. Okay, so with regards to football is one of those things that can have you jumping out of your seat, screaming 1 minute, on the floor, on your knees next. You know, the next minute. It's just the emotions that you experience in the game. And this is what I try to explain to people who don't like football. It's an emotion. It's just emotion. That's the only way I can explain it. Name a time that you've been to a game and it's made you emotional.
Oh, God.
And you can't mutate too.
I wouldn't say, you know what, in terms of games I've been to, I wouldn't say there's been that I felt emotional, but I would say games that I've seen. There's a few candidates, man. Even the England national team, I think the worst I felt with them, I was definitely after 98. That the second round match against Argentina, and actually, you know what, for once, England were very, very unlucky in that, to play with 10 men and, you know, take its extra time. That was a brilliant game of football, but
yeah,
it's close. But I would say, I'm not a crier, Dan, but I would say in terms of like Arsenal, with the Europa League final, I was just angry. I went through the emotions. I was fuming. But the Champions League one was because I think as Arsenal fans, you know how big a game that is.
Yeah.
You already know. You're already kind of thinking, will we get an opportunity to get to final again? And that was my biggest concern when we lost, mate. I said, you know, I was devastated, and I thought, you know what? I'm not sure if Arsenal will get back to this position again, you know, and we haven't. So don't get me wrong, we're playing a very good Barcelona side, especially with 10 men. And
Henrik Larsson changed the game, didn't he?
Yeah. Well, 12 men. I think the referee had a Barcelona shirt on. He was awful. That I'm sorry, he was. But I remember that game. At the end of the game, mate, it was a tough one to take. And it didn't help Chelsea when the first London teams to go with the Champions League. That didn't help either. But it was a tough one, Dan. Yeah, because you realise how big it was, and you might not get the opportunity again. And I don't think we will for a long time.
It's 2 points from that. I mean, the first point being that Arsenal team as well. You'd sort of, I kind of feel like sometimes in tournament football, you get that moment where you ride your luck. You get that luck moment, and I think yours was probably semi-final. Was it Villarreal when was it the penalty at the end? Yes. And you kind of feel like, I remember when I was living in Spain when this happened, so I was living in Gran Canaria, and I remember watching the game, and I remember when the penalty saved. Was it Lehmann that saved it? I think it was.
Yes, it was Jens Lehmann. He was.
Clichy, wasn't it?
Away in Villarreal, yeah.
And he saved it. And I remember the lads that I was with, oh my God, brilliant, that's it. This is our year, sort of thing. And I went, I don't know, mate. I said that moment of like, oh, thanks, thank for that. We've got that.
We even had it in the final when we talk about the Henry chance to make it 2-0. Game over.
Yeah. And the other point to that, mate, about you're not a crier. A Star Is Born, Bradley Cooper. Watch it. It'll have you in tears, mate. Trust me.
I'll see how I get on, man. I'll let you know.
Trust me. Don't watch it on your own. The next one, mate. So obviously, you talked about going to Mason. You talk about Arsenal. What's the cheapest match day ticket that you've ever paid for?
Oh, that would either be Maidstone or, and again, I'm going way back, man. I've actually been to a game because I live very close to Millwall Football Club.
Okay.
I live literally where the old ground is, and it's about a 15-minute walk from the new den. I went to a pre-season friendly. God, damn, this is years, early 90s. This is days when Trevor Sinclair was still playing, I think.
Wow.
Andrew Impey for QPR. And any Millwall fans out there, Dave Savage, I remember him definitely.
Dave Savage. I've heard him
Irish guy. Yeah. And Millwall lost 2-1. It was a pre-season friendly, but I think that was because remember Millwall did a scheme like sometime way back where it was like a kid a quid. I was like bloody hell. But I don't think I paid that for it. But the cheapest I paid was to go and watch Maidstone. So God, that can't have been no more than what? Like 350 maybe?
Non-league football, mate. Telling you.
Brilliant.
Non-league football is where it's at, brother. It's at.
It's true.
I thought when because obviously you've deceived me with your age. I thought you were going to start talking about shillings then.
I know, man. My age, it shocks a lot of people, man.
Mate, you have to tell me now. Come on, you're going to have to now. What is it?
I turned 40 back in June.
Never.
Yeah, 4-0, man. Big 4. Dan, I was born. Can you imagine? I was born the year Tottenham won the FA Cup, man. It could be worse.
So you've cursed Arsenal, mate. You've that's it. It's done. Arsenal are forever cursed. All thanks to you, mate. Thanks to AlbertJtv.
Oh, 81.
Okay, with regards to games that you've attended, then, what's your favourite memory of a game you've attended?
Oh God, this was an easy one because obviously it's down to the one I've been to. The game was actually originally scheduled for a Saturday, right? But they like the broadcasters, they moved the game. The year Leicester won the Premier League, so we played Leicester at home on Valentine's Day. It's 11:30 kickoff.
That's an odd time, isn't it?
And I think Martin Atkinson was a ref, and he gave that god awful penalty for Jamie Vardy. But yeah, mate, that was a big game. We had to win that game. So I think at the time we were 7 points behind Leicester going into that game, I believe. And Danny Welbeck to score that winner in stoppage time. It was scenes at the end. I've never seen anything like that in my life.
Really?
My voice, I don't think I could speak for about 2 weeks. Yeah, a Mesut Ozil assist, for the Mesut Ozil lovers out there still. But yeah, Dan, that was incredible, man. Seriously, 1-1, thinking, we can't get the goal when Ozil whips the ball in for the free kick. Danny Welbeck, after such a long layoff and scores the goal, it's incredible, man. Incredible.
You feel, Danny Welbeck, he's just one of them ones, isn't he? Could never keep fit. Never keep fit. And if he kept fit, I think there was a player in there. I really do. Yeah, I was annoyed when we sold him to Arsenal. I couldn't believe when we sold him. I was like, what are we doing? Sort of part of the DNA at United, coming through the youth, just got it. I remember his debut, his first goal against Stoke, just an absolute screamer into the top corner. I thought, we've got a decent player here. And then, just LVG come and got rid of him. So off you go, mate. Off you go.
Good old LVG.
Thanks. Jesus Christ. Okay, final question, mate. Most bizarre thing that you've witnessed on your travels there when you've been watching a game?
Ooh, I wouldn't say on my travels, but what I've seen. It's funny. The quick one actually. The game actually we played Man City. I don't know if you saw it.
I did.
If it came across on the television when the ball boy wouldn't give the ball back to Bernardo Silva, and it generally looked like Stuart Atwell was going to go book him.
Yeah, I thought thought that because they made a big thing about it on BT Sport. And like, the ball boys have, and I thought, you know what? It's tactics now, isn't it? I think all these ball boys are told. They are told.
And the one that sticking on that theme, has got to be the Eden Hazard one when he booted. It's not fun. It's funny, but it's not.
I thought it was hilarious.
I've never seen anything like that in my life.
You know, though, when that happened, I remember going on Twitter back when this is ages ago, years ago now, 2013, is it? A bit like that?
Mate, it might be. I can't remember when that game was now. Not that long ago. It's within the last. I would say about that. I'd say about that. Because Hazard was still there, and
I was like, I was on Twitter. I remember I used to play dominoes, mate. This is me showing my age now. I used to play dominoes. And I was sat there waiting for my turn. And as I say on Twitter, I looked and it says Eden Hazard, red card, kicking a ball boy. And I was like, okay, maybe a bit exaggerated. Maybe he's just the arse or something. And then I watched it on Sky Sports News and I was like, what the hell is he thinking?
Yeah, I couldn't believe it when I saw it.
What the hell was he thinking? And the best bit about it, I love, is obviously it's not really hurt the ball boy because he's like, he's holding his side and he's like...
It's the way he dived on the ball. He just wouldn't give it back.
Absolutely great. Mate, have you seen what that kid's like now, though? Have you seen what he does now?
I've not seen it, no.
Mate, he's like a millionaire selling vodka. He's like his own brand of vodka and he's a millionaire. And it's like, that's incredible. Like, just oh, Christ.
Yeah, when I saw it, I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I thought he's giving him a right kick.
Mate, honestly, football is a bizarre thing.
It is a bizarre thing.
You can see anything at football, honestly, I'm telling you. Now, mate, honestly, with regards to before we let you go, so ground hopping, I'm going to give you a bit of a... Do you know what ground hopping is?
No, tell me. Give me a tutorial, go on.
Tutorial on ground hopping. So this is for the ground hoppers who are listening, probably going, well, he's not a ground hopper. Well, this is my show, and if I'll have him on. So this is why I wanted to have you on, because I thought, do you know what? I'm going to educate a little bit on ground hopping. Cool. So ground hopping is a new craze, mate. When I say a new craze, it's from, I think it started in the 70s, but that's quite new in the terms of football. And basically guys and girls and them and they, whatever brand, people go and they just go to as many grounds as they can. And they go all around the world with it, mate. It's incredible. And there's an app called I think it's Footballogy, I think it's called. And you can check in where you are, and it gives you a detail of where you've been. It's incredible, mate. And some of these grounds that people go to are just out of this world. So my challenge to you, Albert, my challenge to you, mate, I know you're a busy man, is the next time, and I will get you back on this show, but the next time I've got you back on this show, I want you to have seen, I want you to have gone to 10 different grounds for me.
Flipping hell. All right. I think going to say like about 5 or the 10.
Whatever you want. And I tell you something, mate, honestly, the one thing about ground hopping is it's a community that is growing. Yeah. It's such a great community. You meet little side story for you. I met a guy on this, actually. He come on the show called Gibbo. Big shout out to Gibbo, lovely guy. And he was telling me all of his stories. Been friends on Twitter ever since. Sort of tweet each other every now and then. How you doing? Earlier on this season, I went to Scotland to watch a game, Queen of the South, actually, funnily enough.
Yeah.
And I tweeted a picture of me in a pub in Carlisle. So in Carlisle, and saying, on the way to watch Queen of the South, blah, 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 here we go. Gibbo then tweets and says, where are you off to? I said, we're off to watch Queen of the South in Dumfries. He goes, right, Sam, I'll meet you in Carlisle in 20 minutes.
What?
And he turned up. And we watched the game together. And I was like, mate, that is a community, isn't it? I mean, that is perfect, and absolutely love it.
There are a few grounds you could. Yeah, there's very quick wins there where I'm based. There's very quick wins.
Mate, honestly, I mean, I'm surprised you've not been to watch DTFC yet.
We've got Sutton United. There's Dulwich Hamlet. There's Tooting and Mitcham. There's Dagenham and Redbridge. When I lived in Essex for about 2 and a bit years, but there's loads, man. There's loads.
What I'm going to do, mate? I'm going to come down for a weekend where you are, and I'm going to drag you to a few games. I'm going to drag you to a few different grounds, and I'm going to convert you into a ground hopper. But honestly,
I'll have to take some Saturdays off, man.
Do it. Well, yeah, do it. Well, saying that, you're the busiest bloke I know.
No, I'm not as busy as some other people, trust me. But there's some. That's a good thing, man. It is.
And that's the thing, mate. Especially with like mental health, like it is now. I mean, I work in mental health, and it's unreal. And until you work in it, you don't realize, do you? You're like, holy Christ, this is out there, and it's growing, sadly. But a lot of the groundhoppers I speak to say, changed my life. You know, I took it up when I was feeling low, and I go out and I meet these people, and we get these WhatsApp groups, and you get these, and it's fantastic. And I implore anybody to make sure you give groundhopping a go. But mate, that's it, 10 grounds. I'm telling you, I'm not going to I won't give you a time span, but 10 grounds by the time.
No, do not give me a time span.
You'll come on next time, and you'll have about 150 badges from all the grounds you've been to.
Well, I'm very active on social, so I'll have to have proof. I've got my Instagram, my Twitter, so yeah.
Do it.
You've been warned. You've been warned.
I'm converting you. It won't be AlbertJtv. It'll be Albert the Groundhopper JTV. I'm telling you.
No, can you imagine? I know.
Spot on, mate. Honestly, thank you so much for coming on. I love having you as a guest on anything, mate. It's great to catch up and great to have a good football chat. Just once again for the people listening, just list your socials, mate, and where they can find you and what you do.
Go on, you can find me everywhere, man. Well, yeah. Instagram. Oh God, what's my? No, let me do Twitter first. Actually, Twitter is at aumo57, all lowercase people. And my Twitter handle is Instagram at aumo15. I think it is. Yeah, I believe so. And then my channel, AlbertJtv.
I'll put it in the bio. Don't worry about it. Make sure you're watching, mate, guys, because honestly, Albert, some great content. Absolutely love watching his stuff.
Cheers, mate.
Honestly, the happiest person that I know. Honestly,
I'll try.
Yeah, blessed to have you as a mate. Really am. Fantastic, mate. Well, listen, guys, that's it for this episode. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you are new to the channel, to the podcast, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Give us that 5-star review on Spotify. We're trying to get them up as much as we can. Keep this growing. The more that this channel grows, the more this man will become a groundhopper. I'm telling you. But other than that, guys, as always, make sure you stay safe out there and be thinkers, not stinkers. Sayonara. Au revoir.